Hey guys, so okay, I literally cannot count how many times I've been asked for a style tutorial or how I make my edits look the way they do and stuff. Yeah, and I don't really know what my style is. I didn't really copy anyone else. It's just kind of what came to be after years and years of editing. But I've been told it's kind of aesthetic, kind of scrapbooky. I don't know. But whatever it is, I am going to, in this video, show you some tips and just things that I add to nearly every single one of my edits that make my style my style. And if you have no idea who I am or what my edits look like, I'll put a couple of them on the screen so that you can kind of get an idea. Yeah. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're starting off with just pretty basic clips, just some velocity, nothing special about them, but we're gonna make them special. And we're gonna start with video overlays. And I conveniently just posted a new video that contains all the overlays I will use in this video and just all the ones that I use pretty regularly in my edits. So yeah, very useful, definitely go check that out. For this first one, we're probably just going to do something really simple, something that will just kind of go over the whole edit, like these stars. And okay, for those of you who have never used overlays before, which I'm assuming a lot of you have, but just in case, you're going to use Blend BG, and I have it highlighted here because I use it so much, but you can just search that up here and get it like that. So, boom, overlay. There are other ones you can use though. If it has a black or darker background, then definitely use these three, I'd say. If it has a white background though, use this one. And if it has a colored background, then you would play around with this until the color of the background is gone. I think we're gonna use this one. It looks cool, in my opinion. Maybe turn down the opacity a little bit. And okay, this is literally just how I edit. I just play around with settings and how big I want them until I'm happy. And I might even add another one and have it going a different way and make this one even lower. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Already a lot more interesting, but that's pretty simple. For this one, I think we'll do a little mask situation, add an overlay behind him. So I'll find a good one for that. This will be good. And then, which setting should it be on? I think that one. And then you're gonna add a mask, hit erase, and then hit the little thing. Magnifying glass, that's what it's called. And then you're gonna make sure that you hit this if it's a video. And oh. What? Okay, I don't know why it just automatically did that. That's really weird, but if it didn't do that, let's just pretend it didn't. You're gonna hit mask person in current frames. Wait, no, mask person in all frames. That's what I meant to say. I guess we'll do. I don't know why it was already masked. That kind of threw me off a little bit there, Radio Star, but that's okay. Okay, it's literally just the same thing. But okay, whatever. That's irrelevant. Now, it's so cool and perfect. So that's another good tool to have if you don't want your character to be overshadowed by the overlay. And what we're gonna do for this one, you guys are gonna be really confused at first with what I'm doing, but just make whatever clip. Oh, did not mean to do that. Make it look pretty different from the original. I'll probably just make this one black and white by turning down the saturation. So how does this relate to overlays, you say? Well, you're gonna find one that's a black and white thing, like these, okay? And I think this one looks good. Maybe Yeah, that'll be good. And then once you import it, you're gonna add negative over it, and you'll see where I'm going with this now. So you're gonna take one of them and add this and mask the white, and then you're gonna do the opposite with the other clip and use the overlay that you didn't use and also mask out the white. And then you just put them on top of each other and it creates a really cool effect. Yeah, it just looks cool. And then for this one, I think we're gonna merge these clips and do like an overlay transition, which will make sense. We'll find one that's good. One of these newspaper ones. Probably just this one because it's simplest. I don't know, it's kind of annoying because you can't like see your edit when you're importing the overlay, so it's hard to get the timing right sometimes of when the transition is, but yeah. We're gonna mask out the color as best we can. It's kind of hard. I say a lot. It's like a nervous, not like a nervous habit, but just something that I do. So I'm sorry if that's like really bugging you. But okay, that's kind of not perfect, but for the sake of this video, it'll be fine. Oh, that actually worked really well. Okay. Yeah, so that's like a really, again, like a really easy way to like do a transition between clips that like looks really cool and advanced and complicated and aesthetic, but it literally takes like 2 seconds. It's so easy. So I think that will conclude the overlays section, like the video overlays. So yeah, pretty cool. Next topic is texture overlays, which honestly I don't even really know what to say. Like there's not much of a tutorial because it's literally just pictures of different textures that you put over your edits. In my phone I literally have so many of these, and you just can pick whatever you want and just see how it looks and try a bunch of stuff out. This one might be cool, like some lined paper, and for one with a lighter color you would use this. Cool. Yeah, I really recommend using these, to be honest, because again, it's so easy and it adds such a difference. Like it can make everything look so much cooler. Like this is one that I use kind of a lot with the moons and stuff. You can also add like more than one. There's so much room to do cool things with these silly little pictures. Yeah, this is just kind of how I edit. Like I never really have a plan going in. I just kind of like look at all the stuff that I have, and whichever one is like calling to me, I'll be like, yeah, this one's cool. It's like kind of gives a comic book effect. Yeah. And for the last one we'll do like a film damage one, I think. And I'm probably going to make like a mega folder with all of these in it that will be like linked in the description. But guys, there are like a million of these just out there on the internet. Like just search texture overlay, paper overlay, film overlay. Like there is a million. That creates kind of a cool effect. I think I'm gonna add another one. This is like, again, very big part of my edits. Like you will see these things in every single one. So now these clips look so much more interesting and dynamic just with some basic little tweaks. And you can also take these pictures and like add like turbulence to them or some effect that make them like move and stuff, which is also, I'll just show you how to do that right now, because why not? Some paper maybe like this, and just kind of add some turbulence to it. How do I go about this? They make like the density really big. That does not look very good, but that's okay. You get the point. Yeah. I don't know, that's kind of all I have to say with texture overlays. Just use them, use them, use them. They're so worth it. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys like all saw these like in my camera roll with the film overlays, but next we're gonna talk about just like PNGs or just like little images like this that you can just use like however you want. Like if there's a song playing and you want like a record, then like make the record spin. Oh, that's not a good mask. Why is this being so difficult? Okay, whatever, I'm not gonna play around with it too much. Like you can add a little record in the corner and all you have to do is just boom. So cute. And what I like to do with little images, a lot of times I like to either match the character or match like the lyrics of a song. And oh, like if you have a record, you could also like put like an album cover over it. And you can also make the PNGs just kind of like move back and forth. You could like put this somewhere and then do something like this so that it's kind of like moving a little like that. I don't know. Again, I don't really know how to describe this other than just, yes, Google search a bunch of little images or Pinterest search it and just like incorporate them in ways that like make sense. I don't know, like you can make them move, you can have them like come in on beat. There's so much you can do. Okay, now I can't make this video without talking about zaps because that's literally my whole style at this point, is just zaps. Now, I bet some of you are probably like really confused. Zaps are just like a feature of VideoStar that have all these different things, these little swirls and star circle-y things, that I literally use religiously. Unfortunately, like, as you can see, they are like a feature of VideoStar, so if you don't edit on VideoStar, you won't have access to these. But if you do have VideoStar, I really recommend playing around with these because they're so cute and like you can really do a lot with them, because you can change the color, you can change the speed, and something else here, I'll make it kind of match the clip. That's good enough. But you can also add effects to them, which I don't see a lot of people do. Yeah, you can like add the blend BG and have it look different. Or you can add outlines to them. So yeah, lots you can do. You can also add like layout effects, if you please. I haven't really done that too much. But yeah, these are just a really easy way to make your edit look so much cuter and stuff. And they don't even have to be cute. Like some of them, if you're going for like a different vibe, they can be kind of like, I don't know, more like atmospheric, I guess. I don't know. But they're really cool to play around with, and I just really recommend trying them out if you do edit on VideoStar, because the possibilities are endless. Like I find ways to like use these same little zaps like a million different ways in all my edits. So yeah, I'm not gonna go super into it, but yeah, just play around with them. Okay, now we're gonna talk about colorings, which I feel bad because a lot of you guys ask me like, oh my god, how do you do your colorings? Like, how do you do your colorings? And literally, it's like so just like unhinged and random the way that I do it. Like all of these things. And then you click here, and then there's like a million within them. And I kid you not, I just like play around with these until I find one I'm happy with. And then I'll like, if I find one I like, then I'll go back and I'll like add other ones over it, like until it's something that I'm really happy with. And I like play around with the levels and stuff. And one that I use a lot is this like pastel one, and I turn it all the way down. Yeah, I don't know, bright magic, dark magic, warm magic, cool, vivid, subtle. And then they also have these ones like black and white, which has like all these different versions. And then they also have like monochrome ones and ones that have like really cool effects. You can change the colors, like, again, literally like so many different things and cool effects you could do with these. And I really recommend doing coloring in multi-layer as opposed to transform, just because I find that it really diminishes the quality. That's just my experience, and I think it's easier to do it this way anyway. Again, I don't know what to say. I'm like such a bad YouTuber, but that's basically how I do my colorings, and yeah, I don't know. But it's a really good way, again, if you add like such different ones to all your different clips, then it really makes it look more dynamic, more creative, and it can really like help you too if you're wanting to have like a color scheme or a certain vibe, like kind of like if there's a clip that doesn't really fit, you can play around with the coloring and make it fit in with everything else. So yeah. Okay, this video is getting so long, so I'm gonna do the last section, and as you can see, I merged the clips because this is gonna be stuff that you kind of do when you finish the edit but are just adding like finishing touches. So the first one, this is like more overlays, but it's like an overlay that goes over the whole video. So something like this, like a film overlay, like a glitchy overlay. Oh, I didn't add the original clip. You just put it over and it looks really cool. I also, a lot of times with these ones, I use this one, but sometimes that can be a little intense, like that area. You can change the opacity, whatever you want. Looks good. And some other things you can do is change the FPS. Like the one I most commonly do is just the 15 frames per second. And you can also do this like with your individual clips. Like it's kind of fun when there's like multiple like different rates of like how many frames there are in one edit. I think that's a really cool thing that I kind of forgot to mention, but yeah. But if you want it to be like even choppier, then again you can go into transform and do that here. And then also something I like to do is, okay, I'm on that one. I like to add like this blur effect or the shutter one and turn it to like the lowest, so it has this kind of ghostly effect, but a lot of times it ends up looking a little too extreme or like too blended. So what I do there is I put it over the normal one and lower the opacity so that, okay, this looks really bad because there's no transitions, but with transitions it has a cool effect. So that's something I recommend doing. Oh, and something you can also add is flicker. just to give it some, I don't know, some different like lighting dynamic. It's not super noticeable, but it's there. I can't really think of anything else. There's like this, which makes it shake. Yeah, and then also I normally add like a texture overlay over the whole thing. I think I mentioned that, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't have anything more to say now. Y'all are probably sick of my voice anyway. So I think we'll call it good for this video. If there's anything I missed that you like really want to see or like want further explanation on, please comment it here or DM me on my socials, cause I'm making this content because like I'm trying to give people what they want, and I just want to help you guys out in every way that I can. So yeah, please let me know if there's anything else, and I will do my best to make it. I really hope this one was helpful. Yeah, bye.